Welcome to Nice Knives, everybody, where I give you my opinions on knives and whether or not they should be worth your time or your money. Today's knife, the SOG One Zero XR. This has nice anodized aluminum scales with some nice texture going on. It's on both sides of the knife. You got a deep loop over reversible tip up pocket clip as well. XR style lock, much like access lock from Benchmade. You got a T6 for the pivot screw. Some very nice accenting going along the pivot and the lock activator. You got a nice back spacer running through here. Stainless back spacer, says Studies and Observations Group. Very nice looking knife. This thing's running on ball bearings. The clip comes straight up out of the middle, and you can switch it to whatever side you want. Nice thumb hole for deployment. It's been nice and chamfered in there, so there's no sharp edges inside. Nice, very, very nice jimping as well. It's not too aggressive. I feel like that jimping is perfect. If you're going to have jimping, it's pretty darn good. Now, deployment, you got yourself a CPM S35 VN drop point blade. Flat ground with a satin finish on the bottom and more of a bead blasted or sand blasted flat section. Got a little saber-ish kind of grind going on as well for some added rigidity and strength. Says Cryo CPM S35 VN, made in Taiwan. This side it says SOG One Zero XR. Very minimal on the, decaling or whatnot. So I'm really, really pleased with that. I think it's got a great shape. Very good, comfortable in the hand. Ergonomically fits good. Your thumb wants to get right on that jimping. So it's just got a great grip. It's very, very good. The clip, you don't even feel it in the hand. So I like that about the clip. Yeah, I think it's very comfortable. The action, very good for reverse flicking. You can also XR lock it out of there as well. And you can thumb flick it as well. Obviously, you could do the thumb roll. You got a nice little sharpening choil down by the plunge grind. So very nice that way. My preferred way is obviously the reverse flick. I think it's very fun with this knife. The measurement of this bad boy, we're looking at 7 and 3/4 inches. Yep, 7 and 3/4 inches. The blade coming up to the scales is at 3 1/4 inches. The cutting edge is sitting right at 3 1/8 inch. And the weight of this SOG here is going to be, it's a little on the heavy side. Oh yeah, there is full stainless liners that have not been milled out as well. 4.8 ounces and 135 grams. So there we go. Let's do some size comparisons on this knife. I want to first put it up against the Gerber Sumo. Reminds me a lot of this knife. This is much bigger and it's a lot cheaper. So that's one thing. This will run you roughly, $200 to $300 depending on where you find it. I think eBay might be the best place to find the SOG. They don't make any clones of this knife that I'm aware of. So I'd feel pretty comfortable buying this on eBay. That's exactly what I did. Brand new in the box. And I got this knife for $120. So yeah, feel free to look at Amazon. Has a pretty good deal. eBay is probably your best spot to get this. But these, shape-wise, very similar, almost as if either Gerber took the design or SOG. I'm not sure, but there you go. Paramilitary 2 by Spyderco. All right. Para 3. Now we're going to do the Swiss Tech Lasung right there. And for fun, we're going to do one more knife. We're going to do the Giant Mouse Tribeca. Very, very nice knife. I'm going to get a full review on this as well. Now, let's take a quick peek at the knife steel chart. Edge retention for a CPM S35 VN sitting here towards the top with about an 8 on this chart. Toughness of S35 sits at a 6. There we are. So yeah, I think this thing's super cool. I really like the action. I will say that this knife did kind of have a little bit of a learning curve for me. When I first got it, I was very excited. As you can see, sometimes you miss the reverse flick, and that's user error, not the knife. But so what it is when you're holding it a certain way, the lock on this side kind of rubs up against your finger. So if you're trying to deploy it and your finger's resting anywhere near the activator here, it kind of, you can see how that comes down. It kind of wants to stop the knife from coming out. So you got to hold your hand a certain way. And you know, for me, I got to put my finger real low down into the hole here and keep my finger out of the way of that lock so that I could flick it. This knife was kind of giving me a lot of grief when I first got it. I was like, why can't I reverse flick this knife? But you get used to it and you can eventually get the hang of it. So I was very happy once I did, because I was kind of frustrated for the first few minutes of owning it. But I do like the action. I do like the attention to detail. Very, very high end. I think that SOG did a fantastic job. The blade is dead centered also. Pretty thick blade stock. I think SOG did a fantastic job on this knife. The only thing I wish that they maybe would have done with this would maybe, for the $300 price tag they're asking for, it would have been nice if, you know, maybe they would have had some titanium. This does come in 3 different colors that I have seen. There is a black anodized with a blacked out blade. There's also a white anodized aluminum scales with a blacked out blade. And then there's this one that has what they're calling gray with the satin finish blade. This kind of reminds me, it's kind of like, it looks like a shark. It looks like shark skin kind of color. So not quite gray, it's more of a bluish gray, but does look very nice. I do like everything with the attention to detail around the pivot. I think that looks very cool. There are no other pivots or no pivots. There's no other torque bits on this knife. As you can see, it is actually internal down inside between the liners for taking the clip out and reversing it. And I think for taking the knife apart. Not exactly sure what torque bit size that is, but probably a T6 if I had to guess. So yeah, very clean looking. I think they did a great job with this knife. I want to give SOG props for making this thing, and I hope they keep on continuing to make products that knife enthusiasts and collectors like us really like. So yeah, on that note, people, I'm going to catch you guys in the next episode. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. And we're going to catch you guys later. Peace out, everyone.